The webinar has started. Hello friends, all the panel members and the participants. Today we are here gathered for I must say that a historical event where ACM India and ACM Europe women wing have come together and to share their experiences. We are waiting for the attendees to join in time. So in a minute or two, I would request Ruby, to start the event. Thank you.
Okay, we are waiting for some more attendees to join us. In a minute, we will start our event. Thank you for all coming and being with us. Let's wait one more minute and then start. Okay, good day, everyone. I'm Rukiye Eser, and this is in collaboration of India, Indo-European ACM celebration of women in computing. So both regions are having their 10th year anniversary. So we decided to have a celebration and to start it since we have this power of technology. I would like to introduce ACM-W Global Chair Ruth Lennon to make her opening speech. Then we will continue with a great program that we made ready for you all. Thanks again for being with us.
Thank you, Rukia. I have just come today to listen to all of the fantastic speakers that have been organized for today's panels. I am delighted to be able to be here at this joint regional event of the ACM-W Europe and the ACM-W India, particularly in their 10th anniversary years. It's amazing that 10 years have passed for both regions, and it feels like only yesterday when we joined these regions. The ACM is the Association of Computing Machinery, and it was started in 1949 as a way of encouraging people to network, to work together, and to celebrate what they had, their skills, their accomplishments, and to strike forward in new areas. 1949 is an interesting year because it was shortly after the war, after a time of not being able to meet people, after a time of great difficulty. We were trying to find new ways of reconnecting. And now, as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of ACM-W Europe and ACM-W India, we find ourselves in a somewhat similar situation of trying to re-establish those networks across the boundaries, which is why it was great to find both ACM-W Europe and India so willing to work together and so looking forward to establish connections between these regions. The ACM-W stands for women. We support, celebrate, and advocate for women in computing and related fields. And as part of this, what we try to do is to establish those connections so women can rise in their professions to the levels that they wish. They can find commonality to discuss the areas of technology and areas of their personal life which help them get through the day, that help them progress as they see fit. To be able to work across regions gives you new opportunities. It gives you new chances to explore how you can move forward with your research or how you can move forward in your industry background. And for those who are coming through as students, this gives you the opportunity to see how others did it and maybe to think about new avenues for your work. So I'm delighted to be here to listen to the speakers. I know I'm going to learn a lot. And I thank you all for joining us in this, the first of many celebrations that I'm sure we're going to have. So thank you, Rukia. Thank you, Hina, for inviting me as well. And let's commence what is definitely a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Ruth. The program will start with the descriptions of ACM-W India, and then it will continue with ACM-W Europe. Then we will have a panel of chapter experiences. We have great guests from both India and European chapters. So they will talk about their experiences, their works they are doing in the chapters. And on our second panel, which is really emotional to me because we have both founders of regions. Ryan Arfer, she is the founder of ACM-W Europe, and Arat Dixit, she is the founder of ACM-W India. So I believe this is also going to be a great panel for us because we will listen lots of emotional experiences. This is, the 10th year anniversary, so it's really meaningful for me. Then we will close the event with thanking to all of you again being with us. So I'm introducing Hina Tamani. She is the ACM-W India chair. She will talk about their region's activities and the experiences from India side.
Yes. Thank you, Ruki, for inviting me for the ACM-W India related things. I will share my screen first. So a warm welcome and very good evening, good afternoon, good morning, because we are joining from different region of the part. To my dear students, participants, dignitaries, ACM community leader, volunteers, and organizer. First of all, thank you, Ruke and Ruth, for taking care to join to organizing the joint ACM-W India and ACM-W Europe celebration. So I'm very much thankful to the organizer for inviting me to be the part of this. So when we are talking about women in computing, so we have some women in mind that ACM India seeks to take forward the task of ACM community, but with a particular focus on the empowerment of women in computing. As Ruth said, that ACM-W supports, celebrate, and advocate internationally for full engagement of women in all aspects of computing field and providing range of programs and services to the ACM members. So we have in mind when we are talking about the ACM women. So ACM women, we have different women in mind who have contributed in the computing field a large. So women have made significant contribution to the field of computer science throughout the history. Despite of facing various challenges and barriers, their contributions have played a crucial role in shaping the world of computing. Here are some of the noble women and their contribution. As we know that we are celebrating the Grasshopper Conference and Lady Ada. So Lady Ada is often regarded as the first computer programmer. Ada Lovelace wrote the first algorithmic intended to be processed by the Charles Babbage's analytical engine in mid-1800s, and her work laid to the foundation of modern computer programming. And Ada Lovelace and Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper is the pioneer in computer programming, and she developed the first compiler which translated the instructions written in English into the machine code, and her efforts led to the development of COBOL, that is common business-oriented language widely used in programming language. And Barbara Liskov, she is the Turing Award winner. And Sheffield Goldsworth, she is also the Turing Award winner. And if I start with ACM-W, then I have to tell something about ACM India, because ACM India is a part of ACM-W. ACM-W is the part of ACM India, and we are having lots of activities throughout the year. So we have different set of activities. In general, we have education initiative, learning and professional environment initiatives. Some awards are given to the women, and annual event is the main heart of the all the events organized during the year. And in that, we are organizing ACM-W event throughout the year on a large scale, and we are allowing all the girls from all the part of India to join that event. And some research initiatives are also there, that is ARC Symposium based doctoral dissertation award, PhD clinic, and Invention Setu. We are providing partial travel grant to attend these conferences and events. So if I talk about the, I can start with the ACM-W India journey that is started in 2012, and various annual programs of the ACM India is organizing, and the decade celebration of India we have done during the ACM annual event. So if in the social sphere of ACM-W, why ACM-W is separate and why it is required? So if we talk about the social sphere of ACM-W, then it is required the aim and objective of the ACM-W, promoting women's participation. ACM-Women India aims to promote and encourage women's active involvement in participation in the field of computing, including academia, industry, and research, professional development. The committee is decided to provide resources, programs, and opportunities for women in computing to enhance their professional development, acquire new skills, and advance in their careers. Advocacy and representation. ACM India seeks to advocate the increased representation of women in leadership position, conferences, research forums, and other influential activities. Establishment and cultivating women, seeking the feedback and insight of whatever activities we are organizing, making the awareness and outreach program. ACM India is committed to raising the awareness about the challenges and achievements of women in computing, promoting their contribution and inspiring future generation of women to pursue career in the field of computing. Inclusivity and diversity are also the part of ACM-W India committee, and the committee strives to create the inclusive and diverse environment within the computing community, encourage the participation of women from diverse backgrounds and experience and perspectives. Collaboration and partnerships, that ACM India aims to establish the collaboration and partnership with other organizations, industry leaders, academic institutions, and government bodies. So this is the social sphere, that what type of engagement and how we can enhance the women in computing, which things are required. So promoting, enhancing, rising, establishing, cultivating, and seeking are the main part of social sphere of ACM India. So to do all these things, we have the manpower behind it, and this is the ACM-W committee working to achieve the goal of ACM Global, ACM India, and ACM Women India. These are the pillar of our ACM India community. So the first chair, Professor Saila Anand, she was the professor in the Department of Information Technology, Rajlakshmi Engineering College, and her pioneer work was the foundation of ACM-W India. The second, as we are aware that Aarti is going to speak today of the ACM India as a past chair, and her contribution in ACM-W is amazing, and because of that she got the award of outstanding contribution to the ACM India community. And these are the past event organized in the beginning when we have started the ACM-W India. So you observe that Rayan was there in one of the event organized during 2012-13 in that event organized during the Grasshopper and ACM India annual event. The other panelists are there for that event. In that, there were Meenakshi D'Souza was also part of ACM-W committee at that time. Rashmi Mohan also part of that committee. So these are the glimpses of that event. And after that, this is the third Grasshopper conference organized in 2012 with the Anita Borg Institute, and ACM supported them. That financial support was provided by ACM for majority of the Grasshopper celebrations, and we got the passes for the Grasshopper conference. We are providing that passes to all our women students as well as the faculty members of the institute who are having the ACM-W chapters at their institutes. And these are the list of ACM-W India national level events and activities. So celebration of women in computing and Lady Ada programming competition are the major part of the ACM-W India activities, because ACM celebrations are, I think, celebrated in worldwide in a large number, and regional celebrations, 2 or 3 chapters come together, and they are also doing the regional celebrations. National level hackathon for girls students we are organizing. Exclusive summer and winter schools are also part of it. ACM India Grade Cohort Workshop for Women is also the major activity for the student who is doing PhD and research. They get benefit of this Grade Cohort event. ACM-W workshop during ACM annual event. Every year we have started since 2019. We are providing scholarships and travel allowance and accommodation whosoever women are eligible to participate in the event, and some of the conferences organized by ACM India. And ACM-W chapters, student and professional chapter are also getting support from ACM India to organize some of the activities. And we are now in the form of promoting buddy system by joining 2 to 3 chapters come together, and they can initiate some of the activities or project to do the collaborative work and enhance the ACM-W India activity. So the first event is in that ACM-W celebration of women in computing. It is a part of, there are keynotes, panel discussion, ask me anything questions, poster presentation, and Lady Ada programming competition is also part of it. Now, how we are organizing Lady Ada programming and all these events throughout the pandemic. All the event we have organized virtual, and we get very good support from different chapters as well as the participants. And volunteering is the major thing that we are getting in India, whether to judge the event or to be the part of event or as a keynote speaker. So we are getting very good response from the industry as well as academia. So I'm talking about the Lady Ada programming competition. Really Score is the major part of it, because it is providing all the statement of programming related, different programming related statement and questions, and online platform they are providing for the first round, because we are having large number of students participating in the preliminary round. More than 1,200 girls participated in the first round, and then we are shortlisting them. We are shortlisting up to 25 to 30, and we are inviting after shortlisting them, we are taking the interview, and we are inviting top finalists, 10 students for the ACM celebration as a part of Lady Ada programming competition. They can come, and we are also giving prize money for this competition. So these are the glimpses of some of the last year event we have organized at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, and first prize was 15,000, second prize 12,000, and third prize 10,000. It was the part of the ACM-W India celebration. It is a national event, and this is the glimpse of winners of the Lady Ada programming competition. And as I told that we have also organized during the pandemic. So in the first 2021, we are not having that to take care of the, who will take care of the programming competition. So we have made the virtual poster presentation. It went very well, and we have also provided them with certificates as well as the prize money for the poster presentation. At that time, 2 keynote were there, and panel discussion was there. Bushra Anzum was a part of our event as a keynote speaker. So these are the glimpses of that event. Event went very well. We got more than 300 online registration, and for poster presentation, more than 150 plus poster presentation were there, and we have shortlisted them, and we have allowed 10 poster presenter for the online event. These are some of the glimpses of ACM India Celebration Women in Computing organized during annual event at IIT Gandhinagar. And in 2015, as I have joined ACM in 2012 or 13, and I have started the ACM-W student chapter in 2014 I was working with the Ahmedabad University. And the first chapter was open in our region, Gujarat, and it was the women chapter. And I feel proud that I have also started the ACM-Ahmedabad professional chapter in our region, and we have boosted the ACM activities in our region. And because of that, we got the ACM annual event in at IIT Gandhinagar. It was given to ACM-Ahmedabad chapter to organize that annual event, and that annual event also went very well. So these are the events, regional events. 2 to 3 universities are coming together, and they are organizing the event as a panel discussion, paper presentation, programming competition, idea presentation were the part of that event. This is the in different region. It is in Goa region that and everywhere professional chapters are there to support their activities. So, and after that, we have ACM Great Cohort Workshop every year. It was started by Aarti, taken the leadership for organizing the ACM Great Cohort at different IITs of India, and in 2018 it was organized at IIT Bombay. 19 it was organized at IIT Delhi. Both them were on campus, and after that, because of pandemic, in 2020 we have organized at IIT Gandhinagar. 2022 that was virtual at IIT Jodhpur, and the current is on 7th and 8th July, and it is organized at IISc Bangalore. And in that we are having 70 speakers from academia and 30 from industry, and these are the for topics we are discussing during the Great Cohort workshop. So career in India and abroad, path, academia, industry or entrepreneurship, industry intersection with participation, past, present and future of women in science, opportunities to to study abroad and fellowship. And these are the glimpses of what type of activities we have done online, virtual, that panel discussion during the Great Cohort workshop, dealing with the uncertainty and other challenges. So recent is on 7th and 8th July, it is IISc Bangalore. Still you can register up to 28th of this month, June. As we are getting passes for the Grasshopper conference, 40 girl students and 10 faculty members can join these Grasshopper celebration every year organized at Bangalore, and I have attended at least 5 or 6 celebrations. It is like a big IT hub, and we are interacting and knowing the new technologies coming up in the market. And in 19, it was a 10th year celebration of Grasshopper. And in hackathon, there are national level hackathons, 3 rounds. First round, that is idea presentation. Second is on round, online round for interview of the selected teams, and final round on the campus. So these are the glimpses of national level hackathon. The first prize, that is 24,000 rupees, second prize is 15,000, and third prize is 12,000 rupees. We are getting the sponsorship from industry. TCS, Oracle are providing the sponsorship for the prizes. So this is the third national level hackathon I have organized at my university there. So these are the glimpses of my university I have organized in 2018. The 4th national level was Symbiosis Pune. So we are organizing in different regions, so everybody can get involved and take part in the event. So ABES students are also here, and they have organized the online hackathon, virtual hackathon. It was a very tough task, but it was done fantastic, very well done. They have organized it in a very good manner, because we are getting judges from all different ACM professional chapters to take the task of scrutinizing the 10 final team for the hackathon. And this is what we have done in the last ACM India decade celebration. In that we have keynotes, 3 keynotes and panel discussion. So panel was diversity, equity and inclusive, the journey till now and then. It was the aim of the panel to motivate the diversity in the ACM. And the keynote was given by Sweta Agrawal. She is the winner of the award, that is Outstanding Contribution to Community by Women Award 2022. She got this award. Earlier, the award was given to the Gargidas Gupta and Ranjita Bhagwan. The award is provided by Google. And these are the Ranjita Bhagwan and Gargidas Gupta, what they are doing and why they got this award. And the panel discussion and other members of the, during the ACM-W India Decade celebration. These are the glimpses of earlier event, how the HQ is also involved in our activity, on-campus activity. So Cherry Pancake was there as a keynote speaker during our ACM-W workshop. And other members of the ACM were also there during that event. The summer and winter school are also part of our one particular dedicated summer school is organized every year, and it is started by Aarti. The first summer school was on cyber security, organized in 2018 at ES University, Bangalore. After that, another event was on game theory, organized at IIT Gandhinagar. It is a 2 to 3 week event, and we are providing them hostel accommodation as well as travel support to the participant. 40 students are getting benefit of these summer school, exclusive summer school for girl students. And the backbone of our all event and activities are the student volunteers. So without their support, we can't achieve more. Whatever goal set, it can be achieved by the student volunteer support. And the professional chapters of ACM's Committee on Women in Computing, so to increase the recruitment and retention of women in computing fields at a university level, and offers the chapter offers professional activities and projects that aim to improve the working and learning environment for women in computing. So in India, there are number of chapters, 18 professional chapters, and 42 women student chapters. And to join the task with the various chapters, I am inviting all the ACM-W student chapters to join together to organize various activities or to do some project together. So this is the NITK ACM-W chapter have done this activity by providing the online programming competition and they got more than 200 registration for that. And ACM, Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, ACM-W UC, Santa Cruz, and WIE, the University of Porto was there. So this is the aim, how we can achieve more by, stretching ourselves to organize the event with different chapters. So thank you very much for listening me, and whatever our achievement of ACM-W India. So be creative, stay connected, and keep inventing is the motto of our ACM-W India activities. So thank you, Ruke, for inviting me for the
Thank you, Hannah.
ACM-W. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing great activities. We know how active ACM-W India is, so these are the great examples for us. Hope we can integrate them to our region and do more activities like you are doing.
Yes, because
and now
Yes. I will. Ruke is the ACM-W Europe chair, and now she will share the ACM-W activities. So thank you, Ruke, for inviting me, and now you can start.
Thanks a lot. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I will try my best to keep it short. We are a bit running out of time. Sorry for that. I'm Rukiye, ACM-W Europe chair, and what we do in ACM-W Europe side, I will just give some summary of us, then we will leave the stage to our panelists because they have more experience, they have great experience to share with you. So ACM-W Europe established in 2012, and it's a standing committee of ACM Europe, like how it is going on in India side as well. It's set up to carry out ACM-W mission with the scope of ACM-W Europe strategy, of course. Our goals is also the same: to advocate diversity in computing, promote visibility of women in computing, to support them, to inspire them that women are also in the field of computing, addressing the challenges that are faced by women in computing, and share the resources, ideas, and experiences like how we are doing today. We have an executive committee which we are proud of because we are really diverse. I'm from Turkey, but I do live in Germany. I'm the chair of the region, and we have Ruth, past chair. She is from Ireland. We have Dorota as vice chair. She's from Poland, but living in Norway. So we have Alexandra, our communication chair, living in UK, but she's from Romania. Duygu is our celebration chair, living in UK. She's also from Turkey. And we have Aras. Aras is our male executive committee member. He's from Azerbaijan. So we have one male in our executive committee and two males in our steering committee, which is really great for us. What we are doing is our committee is engaged with the following list below. We have online presence that we are doing monthly newsletter. We have a website sharing everything there, and we have social media communication. And we have digital badge project that we are giving digital badges to our committee members, to our volunteers to represent ACM-W Europe and everywhere. We are trying to organize panels, workshops, hackathons, and we are trying to meet with the students to listen their needs and how to disseminate that women are also in computing, how to encourage them and how to inspire them with our activities. Women Courage is one of, actually it is my favorite event that we are doing in ACM-W Europe. It's a raise and awareness event. We are trying to do it every year in a different country to have, to speak loud, to spread the word, and to connect more people. So over the 10 years, our events first started in UK, Manchester in 2014, and I was a student volunteer in that event. I meet with ACM-W Europe. And then we had one in Uppsala on the following year in 2015, and in Linz, Austria, then Barcelona, Spain. And in 2018, we had it in Serbia, Belgrade, and Rome, Italy. Baku, Azerbaijan was our first virtual Women Courage because of the pandemic. Then the second one was in Czech Republic. Again, it was virtual at the Prague. And last year we had Women Courage in Larnaca, Cyprus. And this year we are going to have it in Trondheim, Norway. What Women Courage includes, it has hackathons, it has post sessions, it has workshops, it has keynote speakings, so it has great cultural activities. It's one of the best events to have network with the other people, with the people that you speak the same language, I said. So we are all facing with the problems, and these events are a great chance to meet with those people and try to find a solution for our problems. So the 10th one will be in Trondheim in September, and Anna, she's one of the organizing committee members. She's here with us with our panel, so she will talk about the event more and more. About the Women Courage, we try to have the local logos to represent the hosting country as well. So this is the Viking logo of Norway that represent with the flag colors of Norway. We also started to work on 2024 event. The hosting institutions are now working on the fundraising and trying to find the guest speakers, but the place, the institution, and the country will be announced in Norway. So we still have time, and we will hear about it in September, Norway. Besides that, we celebrated our 10th birthday this year because we had an online event with Azerbaijan. We wanted to do it again with Baku. So on December 10th, we had our 10th year birthday, which was also the Ada Day in Baku. So they're celebrating Ada Lovelace Day every year on December 10th and 11th. So it was again a meaningful event for us. We are working with Rayan on history of ACM-W with Ruth. I'm sorry, it's a history of ACM-W Europe. So we are trying to write a book about this, and we want to organize work with our founder Rayan Ayfer, of course, to learn more and to write about the ACM-W Europe history better. So this is one of our projects. We are also trying to guide the other regions. So Africa doesn't have any region yet, but we wanted to start something there. So we had the first ACM celebration of women in computing in Africa last year as a virtual. And for the following year, we started working. I think we are going to do it in October or November of 2023. So it was a virtual celebration of women in computing event. Hopefully we will have a region in Africa after setting this events with the continuity. Like Hannah said, we are also working on the chapters. Our first chapter body is from Trondheim, Norway, and ACM-W Greek chapter. So these are the first professional chapter bodies, and we also have one students chapter bodies. One is from Turkey. Actually, the Turkish chapter is one of the first non-US chapter. So I was also the chair of that chapter. That is how I meet ACM-W, and that's how I get an awareness of that. We have Elif with us. She is the chairing this chapter. And the second chapter is from Ireland, Roots University. So these will be our students chapter bodies, and hope we can see more events of them on the following years. Our activities, we have communication and outreach side, working groups. So they're working on the website, newsletters, blogs. So we have a new series because of the 10th-year anniversary. We want to have an interview with all local chairs of ACM-W Women Courage event. So the blog series are online on the website and on the newsletter. You can follow it from there. We are trying to be the voice of ACM-W Europe in everywhere. So we have an event in Germany going on, Women's Marathon. We try to be there to our visibility and to share that we are here to support them. And for the future plans, we are trying to make more events to connect with the other peoples. Hopefully we will have more activities with the other regions as well. The India activity was the first one, Indo-European. Hope we will continue this next year as well and have more events with you all to meet you in other stages. So these are all from my side. Thank you for being with us. And if you have the questions during the meeting, you can use question and answer side. We will be here and happy to answer your questions. And now we have a great panel waiting for you. The first panel is about experiences, which will be shared by Ruthvi. Ruthvi, I'm leaving the stage to you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ruke. That was wonderful introduction to ACM Europe and the activities.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move to the second part of our today. That is chapter experience sharing. And first, I would be introducing you with the professional chapter chairs. Right? Before that, let me just in a brief tell about myself also. I'm associated with ACM-W India since 2015. During an event, Hina ma'am, introduced me to ACM, and when I came to know about the activities of ACM, I immediately got connected and grabbed the opportunity to serve the women and play some role in encouraging them. Since then, I'm into ACM. GSCI was my Grace Hopper event that I attended in 2018 was my turning point. Since then, I have not looked back with, I am there with ACM. So, and today I am into the Council of ACM India, serving as a treasurer cum secretary. Okay. So to invite to share the experiences of the professional chapters that we have, professional women chapters that we have in India. First, I would like to invite Dr. Gitanjali Kale. Gitanjali Kale is currently working. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So Gitanjali Kale is currently working as a lead and associate professor at Department of Computer Engineering at a Pune Institute of Computer Technology. She is also associated with the institute since 2002. She has completed her BE in 2011, 2001 and ME in 4, and completed her PhD from Savitribai Phule Pune University. She has also completed her diploma in Cambridge International Certification for Teachers and Trainers with distinction from University of Cambridge. And she is associated with ACM since long. And I must say that she has held the student chapter at her institute, which has bagged awards since, they have been awarded many awards since last 3 years. And she's one of the senior member of ACM. So I welcome Gitanjali for sharing your experiences with ACM today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm really thankful. I'm very excited to share my experiences, and more excited after listening so many good activities Europe region is doing along with the India. So Women Courage is one of them, and see the innovation in name as well. It is encourage is there. So it is really great. So hearty congratulations to ACM-W India and ACM-W Europe chapter members for completing a decade. So
yeah. So let me ask you that how did you initially become involved with ACM?
Okay, good. So it will be a pleasure to share my story. So my journey with ACM started in 2011. That year, the ACM India annual event Compute took place in Pune. And as the academic representative, I, along with my 2 students, have attended this particular event. So this opportunity we have got through the, like always, we encourage academia and industry to participate in our events. So invitation has arrived and we had attended it. So attending this Compute proved to be an incredible experience for my students as well as for me. And one of the highlight was the opportunity to network with the distinguished personalities such as Narayan Murthy, the founder of Infosys, Dr. Anand Deshpande, the founder of Persistent Systems. The sessions and the panels on the state-of-the-art topics and profiles of the speakers inspired us, and we had decided to become the part of the ACM community through this particular, after this particular event. We had founded the ACM student chapter at PICT. As time went on, my engagement in Pune professional chapter activities grew steadily. This interaction with eminent personalities and like-minded individuals left a lasting impact on me, and it became a significant factor in my continuous involvement with the ACM. And after that, steadily with the initiative of Aarti, furthermore, the ACM Pune Women Professional Chapter has been founded, and eminent women personalities from industry and academia inspired me to be engaged in the ACM-W activities, initially as attendee and further as the core team member and volunteer. So through ACM-W, I got introduced to the Anita Bog community and Grasshopper and many more. Yeah. So this is how I got connected with the ACM.
And also do share your motivation to become the chairperson of the professional chapter, as well as what initiatives did you take during your tenure in the professional chapter.
In the professional chapter, yeah. So with my involvement in ACM-W, I realized the need to work on the promoting of girls. So initially, as I said, in general ACM activities, I got involved. And you have rightly pointed out, like I have founded a chapter in 2011 at my institute, and our chapter is winner of the 5 national level awards. And this year, I'm very happy to share we have got the one award that is at the global level. It is for outstanding website with $500 prize money and all that. So it is really honor for us. And along with that, my involvement in ACM-W, I realized the need to work for the promoting girl students for the computing profession and engagement of women in computing for higher roles specifically. Because in India, generally, initially, we see the percentage of involvement of men and women. It is exactly not equal, but it is 40% around in my institute and around, as I am from the Pune. So many girls join the computing profession. However, for higher roles, not much women are seen in the industry. So that was one of the point, and I believe in creating a supportive and inclusive environment that encourages women to pursue their interest in technology. Through my personal experiences, I understood the importance of providing a platform for women to showcase their achievements, network with peers, and gain the inspiration from successful women in the field. So chairing the Women in Computing celebration allowed me to actively contribute to this cause and make a positive impact on the lives of women around. So, this has initiated, like this took me to be the chair of the Women in Computing. And under this, generally I organize coding competitions, like what Hina ma'am and the Europe chapter, all that they have covered, all that activities we are doing, but at our level in Pune. So like coding competitions, poster presentations for girl students, along with workshops and guiding sessions to strengthen the profile for computing professions, panel discussions on technical as well as women specific topics. That also makes the good impact on the audience. I had organized a celebration of women in computing event in Pune. So that provided a wonderful platform for celebrating the accomplishment and contributions of women in computing. The occasion was filled with joy, inspiration, and excitement for the girl students and women professionals with valuable takeaways. Event was spread over 2 days. Just I'll share one experience of this celebration of women in computing, which was organized at the big, large scale. So event was spread over 2 days and with technical and non-technical competitions, sessions, and panel discussions. So their attendees were inspired by the stories and experiences shared by successful women professionals who served as role models for aspiring individuals. And panel discussion on career options for women in computing was a source of inspiration for all participants, encouraging them to reach new heights in their professional journey, in spite of the midlife challenges and roles and responsibilities at family front. So generally, this is one of the cause I feel that is one of the hurdle to take women to the higher roles, because in between we have some responsibilities. So panel was graced with the women leaders from the industry, government organizations, entrepreneurs, and academia. Aarti was also part of the panel, and she had inspired the girls by sharing her PhD story, which was the perfect balance of motherhood and the professional life. So we were fortunate to listen that. Then further, the Pranjal has shared her journey to become an entrepreneur. She's from the Orthodox family, and where the girls are not very like welcomed gracefully. and her grandmothers and all that, like again, girl child, that kind of they were. So today, Pranjali is the qualified, successful entrepreneur, and she has shared her story with the girls. So girls were really inspired with her story to become the entrepreneur. And being a women leader in education, Dr. Indira Parekh, who is former director of IIM and founder of Flame University, had shared her experience and challenges she has handled. So this was really good event which I had shared, one event. So like this, we are organizing many events. Yeah.
Very nice. In spite of all the hurdles and very organized events, which shows some inclusivity also and DEI aspect also. So one more thing I would like to ask is that do you collaborate with organizations or institutions and have some sponsorships and partnerships with them to organize such events?
Yes, I feel the collaboration is the key for success of any event. For the women in computing celebrations, this currently I have shared. So just before this question, so I had collaborated with industry for the sponsorship of the event and with the couple of academic institutes as the organizing partners for the event. And this partnership played a crucial role in the event's success by bringing together diverse resources, expertise, and support. The academic institutions actively promoted the event to their students, encouraging them enthusiastic participation and engagement. And industry has had encouraged their young professionals to attend the event. So by involving these organizations, we gained a broader perspective on diversity and inclusion, enhancing the event's impact and facilitating valuable networking opportunities for the participants. And collaboration made possible a truly impactful and memorable women in computing celebration. So I feel this collaboration is the key for the success of any event.
And now you are concluding advice, I may say. Would you like to conclude and say something for the future ACM volunteers that would like to come up and take some challenging position?
Yes. As per my opinion, whether you're from academia, whether it is you are from the government sector or the industry, do join this kind of volunteering activities, may it be ACM or any other. And there you get the platform to share your problems. You get the platform to collaborate with the like-minded women. You get some role models, like I 2-3 times I said role model. So I feel if you are listening some inspiring story, so many hurdles which are there specifically for women are removed. Like we are getting inspired. Okay, she can do. So she has done it, so I can do it. So that kind of inspiration we get through this kind of platforms. So I encourage all the young students. Again, I say always, the women or the girl or boy who are student today, they will be professional tomorrow. So I always encourage my students to join professional network as well, for the ACM or any other body of their choice. So yeah, so my message is, yes, there is a lot of fun in these volunteering activities. They should join it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali, for sharing your experiences and sharing
Thanks.
activities with us. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you very much and take care. Thank you all.
So now, with immense pleasure, I would like to call upon our professional women chapter member from Europe, Anna Slesby. Sorry, pronounce your surname properly. So she's hi Anna.
Hi.
So she is a postdoctoral researcher from Norwegian University of Science and Technology. Right now, she is a co-chair of ACM-W and conferencing chair for ACM the Women Engage 2023. Diversion and inclusion have been the driving forces for her professional and personal path. And she's been doing research and taking courses on various aspects of gender throughout her academic career, utilizing the findings in projects with the goal of creating connections. In her current work, she aims to build bridges between social sciences and computer science, mainly through integrating the concept of non-binary gender and interdisciplinary computer science. So yes, I welcome Anna, and with this, I would like to know your inception. How did you get associated with ACM-Women, and how did you started your journey with ACM?
Thank you, Ruthvi. And Rukia, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for thinking about our chapter to be present. It's a very big honor for us. And like Ruth mentioned, I'm also here to listen and learn, because even though our chapter is not so young, it was founded in 2019, my personal involvement is pretty recent. I only joined last year. So I'm very impressed by listening to the India chapter. And one reason why we became buddies with Greece is because Greece has been our role model. And now I see that we should also connect with India. So it's a big honor for me to be here. And my main goal today is to put, so to say, Norway on the map, because even if it's like a great country for women's involvement in diversity, somehow it's still on the periphery of Europe. So I hope that when you go home, when you think about Norway, you will realize that it's a great place to be, especially in September, because that's when we are organizing the upcoming Women Encourage conference, which is going to be the 10th anniversary. And I will tell you about that a bit later, but now to answer Ruth's question. So the reason why I got involved last year was because the founder, the original founder of our chapter, Letizia Jaccheri, has been doing so much work on gender diversity and computer science that actually the university made it possible for her to hire 2 postdocs and a PhD specifically focusing on gender balance in computer science. And I was one of those people. And actually, it was in our job contract that we need to take good care of the ACM Women Joint Type chapter. So when I saw this was another push for me to apply, and I was lucky to get the job. And the reason why I wanted to be involved is because coming from Hungary originally, where gender and feminism or gender in tech is a very problematic topic, and I always felt alone and isolated, and it was very hard as a researcher. I realized that it's connection and networks and networking that really makes it work, and that makes it inspiring. And I saw that the ACM-Women chapter was something like that. And actually, in the first year that me and my colleague started to take over the chairing at the chapter, was really dedicated to this grand event, the Women Encourage conference. So actually since September, we have met every month with the co-chairs of about 20-30 people from Norway and other parts of Europe. And we are trying to build this wonderful event, this very inspiring event, which is this year about computing, connecting everyone. So we would like to try to connect academia and industry, and actually some other initiatives which are focusing on gender balance in computing. And I have to say that even if it's very hard work, it seems to pay off, because right now we have already 17 sponsors, among them Google and Telenor, which made it possible to be able to offer a lot of scholarships Actually, we have right now 72 fellowships applied, 50 posters, but over 100 co-authors to present, 15 workshops, and we're expecting about 250 participants. So we hope this to be an inspiring event. And actually last year in Cyprus, it was very inspiring for me as well. And it was great to see our own bachelor students winning the hackathon. And those students have been the most dedicated ever since. So I feel that we managed to win those students for the field. So that's my personal experience, and that was actually my first Women in Courage, and the next one will be my big event actually.
Great. So you instantly got connected with the event and now you are a part of it. Wow. So it is indeed valuable work on DEI aspects. So I would like to ask that if any you have. So how do you promote networking and mentorship opportunities for women within the chapter at your Norway chapter?
So right now, I mean, like I said, this year was mainly dedicated to the Women in Courage event. We organized both face-to-face and online events, for example, about fellowship applications or about the poster submissions. So the theme was always somehow connected to the Women in Courage conference, because we believe that this is our chance to extend our network, because right now it's just Trondheim, it's just mainly the university and some industry connections, and we feel that through this event, this large scale face-to-face event, we would be able to open the chapter up much more. So like I said, right now the focus is the event, but next year actually we would like to pay more attention to specific mentorship opportunities.
So anything as you said that you wanted to discuss more about the Women Encouraged you are taking up. So would you like to have more insight on that?
So I'm not sure if anybody shared already the site in the chat. If not, I wait. Okay, so please visit the site. You'll see that the registration has already opened. The early bird will end August the 1st. Please keep in mind that we also managed to get some discounted hotel accommodation options, but they are only available till June the 30th. So please take a look at that. Other than that, we really would like to have you, so please come. If you have any questions, you'll see the contacts on the site, but feel free to also write to me if you're unsure. And again, thank you for the visibility, and thank you for inviting me and for me to be here.
Thank you so much for sharing all your experiences and initiatives, the work that you do as an ACM-W. So yes, moving forward, we have been listening to the members from the professional chapters. Now let us also have some experiences from the young brigade, that is the student chapters that we have, and try to see that what impact has ACM-W created on our students. So for sharing the experiences, I welcome Alice from the ACM-W Virtual Chair, Turkey. And after Alice, I will welcome Shreya and Shagun from ACM-W Student Chapters, India. So Alice, hi.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, Alif is a second year computer science student, at Bilkent University. She is making a difference in the field of computing. With a background in mathematics and passion for technology, Elif serves as the chair of the ACM-W Bilkent student chapter, which is the first non-EU ACM student chapter. She is working to empower and create supportive community in the field. So I welcome Elif, and please share how did you got connected and started with this women chapter.
I'm sharing the presentation.
Yeah, you can share.
Okay. So, hello everyone. As ACM Weekend, we are all sharing the same goal to empower the women in computing. I have some of the main activities we have done throughout the year. Starting with workshops and tutorials, we have been giving tutorials about data science and programming, web programming. Sector Breaks is a series of speakers that we are inviting from various companies from the industry and sharing their experience. And we are also having the opportunity to networking with them. Another is some mentorship programs. We have had 5 girls matched with women from aerospace engineering. And the last one is networking events and company visits. I'm starting with the ALPOC. This one is Algorithms and Programming sub-branch of the ACM-W. We have founded this year. So we have had some algorithm lectures and composite programming contests organized this year. The left is the poster of the 5-week long algorithm lectures, and right-hand side is we have had programming contests together with ACM Hacettepe. And we were also trying to collaborate with other university students chapters as well. These are some of the programs, photographs from the tutorials. At the left-hand side and the right bottom, you see Gülce. I think her story is also inspiring. Gülce actually studies economics and she wasn't into programming at all. But after she met ACM-W, she was and taking a tutorial, she was interested in the field of computing. And then she decided to make her senior project with computer scientists. And this year she was the one giving the tutorials that she had first and grabbed her to the site. This is from one of our company visits with Turkcell that we were sharing experience with the industry and seeing how they work and sharing experience. This is from the mentorship program that we were collaborating with TUSAŞ. TUSAŞ is a aerospace, is a company specialized in aerospace, building rockets, sorry. We had 5 girls from Bilkent and they were one-to-one mentor to women studying in TUSAŞ, Turkish Aerospace Engineering. And the last one is from the cinema thing, that we were not only making tutorials and industry sessions, that we were also having some enthusiasm events. Thank you for listening. This was the overview of my experience. And sorry if my voice was like excited.
Rutvi, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, very nice. Thank you so much, Alif, and really inspiring activities that you people are doing. So happy to see students. But you're on. Would you like to share any memorable experience that impacted you through ACM?
I think I can say STM. STM, we had guest speakers from STM, which is it's a company specialized in cybersecurity. So when we were listening to them, I have seen lots of friends, and they were not planning to pursue a career in cybersecurity. But after they have heard what they're doing, what challenging problems they're facing, and the discussions we had with the panelists, They became incredibly interested in the field of cybersecurity, and some of them said that they like to shape their career accordingly and pursue a career in cybersecurity. And this was very valuable to me because we see the impact of the events we're doing, that we can help individuals to see what they're passionate about. They can discover some new paths and shape their career accordingly. It was memorable and touchable to me.
Lovely. Right. So yeah, ACM activities do help in shaping careers also, right? Lovely. Thank you, Alif, so much for joining and sharing your experiences. Let me now call upon students from Student Chapter India. Shreya,
Yes, ma'am.
hi.
Hello.
Shreya and Shagun.
Hello, ma'am.
Shreya and Shagun are from, they both are students from ABES Engineering College. Let me tell you about Shreya. So Shreya is a passionate about technology and its applications, particularly in the field of web development. She is currently serving as the chairperson of the ACM-W chapter at ABES, College of Technology and Computer Science. And she is actively promoting participation in the computer science. Shagun. Shagun is a coding enthusiast, a pre-final year student pursuing Tech Computer Science branch of ABS College. She is currently serving as the secretary of the ACM-W student chapter at their college. She is also highly dedicated to work towards development in computing field along with her team. And she has developed her knowledge and skills in data structures and algorithms. So I welcome both of you. Please share your journey with ACM.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Starting with, I initially became involved with ACM student chapter through my passion of computer science and desire to empower and support women in this field. The chapter events such as Quizom and Quizom 2.0, these were the events when I organized by ABS, my seniors, when I was about like in the second year of my college, when I didn't join the ACM chapter of our college, but that particular event motivated me to join this ACM chapter of our college, because I guess my seniors are my role model. The way they speak, the way they talk, the way they are confident is I really want to be like them. So that was my particular moment when I decided to join ACM. And the event showcased me a vibrant and inclusive community with the ACM Women chapter, and I was inspired with the talented individuals that were a part of that particular event and particular team, I guess. And to enhance my technical knowledge, but also foster a sense of networking among like-minded individuals. I saw the chapter as a platform to connect and to with the fellow students and enhance my ideas, enhance my technical skills. So I decided to join ACM.
Shagun.
Yes, ma'am. So my journey started basically from my faculty telling me about ACM. So my mentor was Disha ma'am. She really motivated me when she told me about ACM-W chapter that is going on in our college. I always had a strong passion for advocating for women's participation in the field of computing. I believed that diverse perspectives and equal opportunities are crucial for the advancement of technology. So my faculty teachers really motivated me towards, the participation of women in computing field. They told me about ACM chapters, what they do, what they aim for. So I was really motivated towards ACM chapter. and I became a part of it. I enjoy being here. I developed my passion about computing. I developed my technological skills as well as in the field of computing. It helped me make an impact on promoting women's involvement in the computing in my college. It helped me develop leadership skills, organization abilities, and many others. So I really am very thankful to be a part of this journey in our college, and I would like to contribute more towards the development of women in the field of computing.
Okay, would you like to highlight some of the activities or that you organize to celebrate women in computing?
Ma'am, you're not audible.
So would you like to share some, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, some activities or initiatives that you do to celebrate women in computing?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. For that, I would like to share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Shreya, it is visible.
Like we are presenting ACM all over the India. So we to motivate students all over the world, all over India as well. So we have different channels where we promote ACM, what ACM is, and what all sort of activities we are doing here, and we are promoting them. So we promote them using our social media channels, which are on LinkedIn and YouTube. We also live stream our events, which we organize offline and online mode as well. We live stream it on YouTube so that the faraway people also can join us. And next up, we have Facebook channel and Insta channel and our website, ACM-W website. So through all these channels we promote, and along with that, we have
many
organized,
activities
yes.
here, and they are basically hackathons, and we organize many webinars as well. So we are motivated towards, you know, the development of technological skills. So we are the different activities are, as you can see, full stack development workshop. So this workshop basically aimed at developing the individual's full stack technological skills, that is the front end development as well as the back end development.
It was a 1-week virtual workshop with the participation of 180 plus students and 50 women participation. And this is our team. Me as a chairperson, Manmeet as vice chair, Radhika as treasurer, Shagun as secretary, Bharti as webmaster, Khushi as head volunteer, and other volunteers as well. So talking about the event which we organized and we are proud of is the Smart ABS Hackathon, which was the virtual hackathon we have organized. In this particular hackathon, we had 4 rounds. First was qualifier, second was ideathon, third round was build up, and the last was summation round, in which the final in this event, in this particular event, 98 teams, total 98 teams registered, which was a huge accomplishment for our ACM chapter.
So round 1 was Ideathon, and it was held on 8th of October 2022. As mentioned by Shreya already, we had 98 registrations from all over the country. So many participants were from very different regions, from very different states. And total number of teams that were shortlisted were 45. And after the round 1, there was a proposed solution. So the evaluation round incorporated 10 panelists from different faculty that was in our college. And the second round was the build-up round. So it was held on 5th of November via online platform. So we also faced a lot of difficulties, but we overcame that with our team support and the faculty member support. And the top 23 teams were evaluated by industrial experts in virtual mode. The results were also published on our website, and the top teams, the top 10 teams were selected for the grand finale of SAS 2022. The next activity is school service activity.
In which we organized a school service activity in which we as a team member went to a school. That school name was KDP Public School, which is nearby our college. We went there and motivated female students about the technology and about ACM, what we do and what all sort of technologies are in the market. So we motivated them to work in the field of Java, web development, full stack, and all that sort of things. We have motivated them. About 80+ participation was there in this particular school service activity.
So this is one of the best events and the activities that we organizing here, and that is the ACM India's Eminent Speaker Program. So basically, we invite speakers from different technological regions to give a lecture or maybe develop interest regarding that area. So here it was held on 25th of February 2022, and 100+ participations were there, plus 40 women participations were there. And Mr. Karthik Shiva Kumar was invited to give the India's Eminent Speaker Program, and he is the principal engineer at Cisco Systems. The topic for this activity was security and trust, and the participants were highly motivated for the event, and it was a really successful one.
I guess we have a lot to share, but the time limit is less. So we would like to conclude what all sort of activities we have done. So yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very nice, very inspiring, and yeah, it's good to see that you are the way you were inspired to join, and you were attracted towards the computer science. You are also trying to do the same with the other students at a young age. It's very good. Okay, so I hope we all enjoyed the experiences shared by them. And now we're moving towards the most important part of our event today, which I am also looking forward. I want to listen to our pioneers and share their journey with the ACM. So over to Dorota for the panel to experience sharing session.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Dorota Filipczuk. I am the Vice Chair of ACM-Women Europe, and it's my pleasure and honor to welcome two amazing women. We have Rayan Eifer, who is the past chair of ACM-Women Europe, and we also have Arati Dixit, who is the past chair of ACM-Women India. Welcome to both of you. Great to have you with us. So we are now going to talk about your experiences. So first of all, I'd like to just really understand your story. So where did it all start? What was your path to ACM Women? Arati, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be part of this all vibrating women, contributing in their day-to-day life with all busy schedule. Feeling really grateful to see volunteers from India and Europe doing this great job. So let me come to the question that Dorota has kind of raised, that is the path to ACM-W. So I thought, let me share my background in kind of a quick nutshell. So I was of undergraduate class where we were two girls in a class of 120, and incidentally was also lucky to be the student of first computer science and engineering undergraduate batch of Pune University. And let me map this number with the number of women faculty members that I had in my undergraduate program. So for the whole program, I just had one woman faculty. That's all. So from there, I moved on to do my master's at IIT Bombay. And at IIT Bombay, we were about 8 or 9 girls in a class of 60, which was a good number actually. And on the other side, number of faculty members, again, was just one woman faculty member, that's all. And the third phase of my education, that is PhD from Wayne State University in Detroit. And in our lab, the number of women were like me and one more lady. And the faculty members, again, single digit. I just remember 2 women faculty members teaching us in CS, Computer Science and Engineering branch. So this is my background in short. And I used to think like we need to have more women. And while I was doing PhD, I was always thinking that let me try to contribute. But you know, I was a mother of 2 kids and trying to make sure meet all the deadlines of PhD. So I was kind of eagerly waiting to right time to jump and contribute towards this women in computing. So it so happened that when I moved to India and joined the defense organization here, and I was kind of invited for one of the conferences, ACM conferences, to speak on a topic. And there I came to know that ACM India is trying to start ACM-W. In fact, they had put up some committee and it was started. And I thought, wow, yes, this is the time. I should really jump in now. I have my all bandwidth to kind of focus on women activities. And I feel that it is my responsibility to give back. I have been taking so much. I've been getting inspiration from the mentors throughout my education. So this is the time that I need to start. And that way I started contributing to, I took up a responsible position for ACM Pune professional chapter. Kind of, I played different roles for one term as a treasurer, one term as a vice chair and chair, and started contributing to ACM-W India.
Awesome. And
somewhere in
Ryan,
2011, 12.
Ryan, how about you?
Thank you, Dorota. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm so proud that things are rolling very well, and my hopes for the future has increased after listening to our student chapters and professional chapters. So my path to ACM-Women. Actually, I knew ACM when I was a student. By the way, I'm a baby boomer. So I don't know how I managed to become a member of ACM in 70s. I don't know, but I knew ACM. But I discovered ACM-W in 2001. After working for the industry for 12 years, I found myself teaching programming at Bilkent University, the long story short. And I was very happy. I hugged my department. It was a programming department. In, when was it? Yeah, 2001, the ratio of female students went down to 29% from 50-ish%. And I said, what's going on? And why this is happening? How are things in the other parts of the world? And I checked and I found the Incredibly Shrinking Pipeline article by Tracy Camp. And I looked for a person to reach out, and I found Anita Borg, who was the president of the Institute for Women and Technology. And I said, what's going on? How can I help? What can we do? She directed me to ACM-W. At that time, ACM-W had a project called the Ambassador Program, led by Denise Guerrero. And of course, I jumped in to become an ambassador for my country and ACM-W, and I served there for 8 years. Meanwhile, I established the first non-US ACM-W student chapter at my university. It took me 2 years, as you can see from the difference between years, to convince the students before convincing, I had to explain what ACM is, because one major problem in Europe and my country was IEEE is well known by every scientists, engineer, computing people, but ACM was not visible. So after 2 years, we established the chapter, and I'm so happy to see it continuing still. And yeah, for some work I did, Anita Work Institute gave me a Change Agent Award in 2008. And then I decided to organize the International Innovation and Technology in Computer Science Education conference at my university in 2010. So these experiences helped me to have a better idea about ACM. I liked ACM. And in 2009, ACM had decided to have global offices. So they established ACM Europe, China, and India. And I was invited to become a member of the ACM Europe Council as an elected member. I started to work for ACM Europe, and at the first meeting, of course, I proposed to have an ACM-W Europe.
So how did you, what led you to become the ACM Women Chair in Europe? And the same question to Arati in India.
Arati, would you like to?
Yeah, okay, sure. So as I said that I started working with ACM Pune professional chapter, and I kind of treating that as an umbrella chapter in containing all the student chapters within the city. There are about 200 institutions in Pune. So we're trying to reach out to as many as we can to have all these chapters connected by the single umbrella of professional chapter, to conduct some common kind of events between these chapters. And at that time, there was a kind of ACM-W trying to start their task, and so was part of the first ACM-W student chapter in India, which was in Pune, somewhere around 12 or something to 13, yeah. And also was part of the first ACM India Celebration of Women in Computing, which is kind of a trademark event that happens every year in different cities across the US, and conducted by different teams of ACM-W chapters coming together and working on that event every year. I started also collaborating or working on the programming competition for girls in India, and hackathon and so on for the women in India. So with all these things, there was probably time of change in the leadership required, as a tenure of Sheila was getting over. And then I was kind of asked, would you be okay? It would be great if you can join as a ACM-W India chair. I said, yes, why not? Definitely. Yeah. So that way, this will be kind of a great opportunity for me to contribute and lead some kind of projects, as Hina mentioned at the beginning about the ACM-W India Summer School. So this was a summer school specifically designed only for girls, and that was a school for 2 weeks to 3 weeks, depending on where it was conducted and when it was conducted. But generally 2 weeks summer school for the girls in India, and also the grad cohort, which started, I guess, roughly 2018, if I'm correct. So, so with help of these all projects and the voluntary work before becoming chair, helped me to kind of take up the role of this responsibility of chair of ACM-W India, and come up with these projects so as to create a strong, sustainable platform where chapters can come together, when women can come together centrally as well as in, because it's not easy for women to travel across India because of the social structure, because of the other kind of hindrances. So started this another project of having just regional celebrations. So kind of divided region of India into 4 regions and started 4 regional chapters and 1 central kind of celebration of women computing. Yeah. So with this a dream of there's a terminology in Sanskrit called Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that is one earth, one family. So create this one family where we can have men and women contributing equally was the dream. That's why I kind of jumped in this role.
Great. Yes. So so in order to build that platform, you had to overcome many challenges and build your own network. So how did you build your own network as a leader? A question to both of you. So Arati, would you like to answer that first?
Sure. Absolutely. So, actually, I also was one of the members of Eminent Speakers Program. The way we have Distinguished Speakers Program at the global level, we have similar program for India. So I was a speaker there. And I took all possible opportunities where I could go and meet young as college students, the women as well as men, students here, and talk to them and kind of bring forward discussion on why we need to really work on ACM-W, why we need to give opportunities to women. So that was one, and I kind of remember I roughly gave about 50 plus talks in that time span of 4.5 years. Yeah, so that gave me a very good platform to go and meet people, build up the network. And also, I used to make sure I attend ACM conferences and kind of have this ongoing connections happening with the bright minds who not only work in the area of scientific discoveries or inventions, but also who work on the social side of computing. That is, how can we really bring gender diversity? I mean, how can we normalize that? How can we have everybody making same impact and so on? Also took a leading role in organizing women's sessions in different ACM conferences, like for High PC conference or something similar, SIGCOM kind of conferences, have birds of feather sessions or ask anything kind of sessions, or just have a simple panel sessions and so on. So was kind of constantly attempting to reach out to the different sections in India to have a session on women, and also took up a responsibility to start 6C for India, which is I6C, India 6C. I was the founding vice chair of the 6C. And because of the 6C, we could that helped us to accelerate the amount of interaction we could have with the faculty members. And we noticed that as we reached out to faculty members, we could convince faculty members to become faculty sponsors. And that helped to increase the number of student chapters across India.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
so this
awesome.
is how I kind of made an attempt to increase the network.
That's very impressive. And Rayan, how about you?
Yeah, so when you have it, I'm going back to the first question to finish it. So I proposed something. When you have an idea and you propose something, it's usually your responsibility. So when I was asked, okay, would you like to establish it? I said, of course. Actually, that was a courageous action because I didn't have a big network in Europe. I didn't have any examples, collected experience, documents, guide, nothing. So I started with a blank page. But of course, I had great support from my ACM friends, mainly Pat Ryan and John White at the very beginning. ACM people are wonderful. And working with all the people at the headquarters like Carol, Haritini, Marcia, and many more was great. They are so nice, hardworking, prompt replying your questions. So that was really motivating. And again, we had the problem of Europeans not knowing about ACM. And I said, okay, let's start with baby steps. We started with a small, focused, enthusiastic group of volunteers. And we first got together in December 2012. And at that meeting, we decided all together about our target group, what we should do, where we should start, etc. And we thought it would be the best to bring young women who are already in the field to stay in the field, to meet with each other, to listen to stories, and so that they would not feel lonely. And women encouraging brought together the name Women Courage of our first event, which was in Manchester. Of course, there were lots of obstacles, problems, and yeah, you had to give a fight against the pressure on you, as we all feel this from time to time. So we jumped in for the activities. Meanwhile, the team members, I wanted diversity, because diversity is what we are focusing to, which doesn't mean only gender, geographically, field-wise, age-wise. So we had a team built from people from the industry, academia, and we worked together. And I was very, very excited about the first event, because first is very important. If it's not successful, the rest cannot become successful. And we had great support also. Even though some of the friends who were responsible for certain activities had health problems, other problems, we made it. We made it. How did we make it? The first newsletter of ACM-W Europe was a one-page PDF, which we sent to Europe ACM members, and Bev jumped in, Bev Bachmeier. And I remember maybe every night before Women Courage for organization, we were meeting on Skype. We didn't have Zoom then, and working together. That were the best of the times, from time to time, difficult times, but we made it. And I'm so excited to follow up the 10th Women Courage this year. One important item for networking is to get together with organizations who have the similar aims, like Informatics Europe Wire, for example. And for example, we got together with Women in High Performance Computing and attended to conferences, male-dominated conferences, and organized workshops to receive feedback from men. So getting together is very important. We are always strong when we hold hands and work together.
Definitely, yes. And you talked a bit about the obstacles and how you managed to overcome them. But on the positive side, how do you think your involvement in ACM Women helped you grow your career in computing, Ryan?
Yes. The answer to this question depends on how you describe career. Dictionaries talk about work, job, something like that. But for me, the definition is different. You know, at the end of high school, we all have yearbooks, maybe you all had, and your friends write about you. The major question is, what do you want to be? And most of my friends wanted to be a doctor or an engineer or an artist. They had a focused vision. And my answer was, I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be happy in whatever I do. So I promised myself to be happy. And I told myself to enjoy everything that I do. So that was ACM. I enjoyed working for women, for ACM, for ACM-W, ACM Europe. It was all very interesting. And the return is too many wonderful friends.
Awesome. And Arati, how about you? How do you feel your involvement helped you grow your career?
Yeah, and I think that all the experiences that I had as I was involved with ACM-W really helped me to grow as a person. I mean, individually as well as from career perspective. So if I pinpoint or move directly to the question of career perspective, I have been in academics for a long time. I mean, almost 15, 20 years. And when I was in India and I was kind of starting the I6C, that is the India 6C branch group here, and invited Susan Roger from Duke University for the inaugural talk. At that time, Susan Roger was the 6C chair. So I was talking to her, I'm thinking of moving back, and I'm probably planning to join academics, but I wish I could go to industry. So I had this brief conversation we had discussing that, and that just, I think that made really kind of gave me a lot of strength to think about moving from industry academics to industry. Now, if you look into or take into account the US and UK, I'm not very sure about UK, but US kind of infrastructure, it's very common to move between industry and academics. It's very easy, right? But it's not that straightforward and easy in India. So, I mean, because of my association with ACM-W, it was easy for me to kind of take that kind of decision and move on to industry. And not only that, I joined as a senior scientist at Applied Research Associate, and which involved definitely R&D, which is kind of we are trained for as academicians. But it was also working as a full stack developer along with doing research and development, which was a little bit kind of uphill climb for me. So yes, definitely ACM helped me to kind of get that strength and work on different perspectives in computing.
Great, yes. And so based on your past experiences, what would you say, like, what do you see as the biggest challenges for women in computing, Arati?
Yeah, sure. So, I would like to kind of break down that into two different sections. One is the external challenges and the other one is internal challenges. So if we think of external challenges, as we all of us know, if I had to pinpoint, the first challenge is to retain women in computing. There's a lot of constant change is constant for women, especially when they're working in the field of computing. So that is first challenge. The second challenge is lack of mentors or lack of role models, which are kind of reachable. The third challenge for us or women is social conditioning or the social pressure. I mean, taking care of family, taking care of the responsibilities that work and so on. So balancing, so we have to kind of fight with that. And yeah, so these are some external challenges which we have to constantly fight, and we have to prove that no, we can do that. And internal challenges, I have noticed because of my huge number of interactions with women student chapters and so on in both the Western world and in India. First one is well known, that is imposter syndrome. We always think that, oh, I got lucky and I got this job or I got this education and so on. We have to kind of gracefully accept, yeah, I worked hard and I got what I deserve, something like that. Or the other one is taking too much on our plate. We all want, our women, they want to be be a superwoman, that, oh, I can do this, I can do this. We should really ask for, if we have support system, women are not seen very effectively using their support system because they want to prove, and they try to be very much perfectionist. No, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and I can handle all these issues at the same time. And the third internal problem women have is, oh, I'll get all important work done and then I will do networking with my friends or colleagues. We put that networking far off in the list of what we want to do, or to-do list kind of thing, because networking really helps. If we talk with our peers, I mean, that can become really easy for us to handle or tackle the situations that we face. And the fourth thing, or the last point here, is that we think that, yeah, it is okay if we are taken for granted. So we don't mind, okay, we need to we don't never fight back if we see or come across that kind of situations. So these are a few internal and external kind of challenges women in computing face.
Definitely. And Ryan, what do you see as the biggest challenges for women in computing?
Yeah, my husband and my two sons are computer engineers also. So the biggest challenge is being at the minority in the room. There is an unchanged image of the field, which is not correct. I mean, computer science is not for women, kind of. Lack of many role models. Historic marketing and perception of scientific fields, primarily male adopted. Unfriendly work environment, because when you're a minority, the work environment becomes unfriendly for you. As Arati said, conscious, unconscious bias. And men not being aware of the problems that women are facing. No idea, believe me. And not enough support for women for work-life balance. I mean, when you have babies, especially when you have to take care of the whole house in addition to your paid and volunteer work, a little bit support is going to be really valuable. Thank you.
Awesome. So my last question, what inspires you today to continue advocating for women in computing? Ryan?
Being aware that gender equality in every field is important globally, not only computer science. But computer science are affecting people's lives a bit more than the others, maybe because we are all using it, including babies now, the digital citizens. The not having diversity is not women's problem. It's the whole world's problem. So we need to pull the strings to make it better. And of course, diversity increases quality, innovation, success everywhere in every field, the research shows. And of course, for the quality and warmth of working with volunteers.
Definitely. And Arati?
Yeah, sure. So, if we look at the current trends, the current numbers of women in computing, especially in the US, it has gone from 34% in 80s to 16, 18% today, right? And whereas it is a little different in the Indian context or the Indian subcontinent kind of area. So as a computer scientist, it's always, we look for puzzles and problems to be solved. So to my mind, this is a puzzle. Why do we have these numbers reflecting these odd percentages? I don't see balance out there. And I always have this in my mind. If we have to finish a marathon race, we have to be fit and healthy, right, to complete the marathon race. If I have one wounded leg and one normal leg, would I be able to complete that marathon with a high standards? I won't be able to complete, right? So in this marathon of computing, if we have just one leg, men running forward, and the other leg limping, we can't have that good standard quality output result from that whole process. So this kind of encourages for me, especially, that yeah, I have room where I can contribute. I can definitely make whatever small change I can with efforts, and with help of all the volunteers, with help of all the smiling faces I'm seeing on my screen. Yeah, we can do that all together. Yeah. So this, and also when we work with the regions, I mean, we see a lot of inequality everywhere with respect to the women in computing, in the metro regions, in the rural regions, in different countries, in different continents. If you go into Africa, Europe has a lot of experience working with that continent and well aware of the situation and problems there, right? So we have different set of situations and problems when we look into the countries in Asia Pacific region, and different in Southern American context, because each one of us, that is North America, ACM-W North America, ACM-W Europe, and ACM-W India, is trying to work with these all regions. There is a lot of inequality that we see in the socio-economic context, and the role of women. That is not equally true for men. When they are reasonably well off, irrespective to what city or metro region they are, which country or continent they are. So these are problems, and as I told earlier, that I kind of look forward to this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam philosophy, which means one earth, one family. So if we all collectively work for this problem of computing, we can definitely have very high standard marathon completed in the field of computing. Yeah.
Awesome. This is so inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you, Arati and Rayan. And thanks to everyone here joining us today. Please stay with us a couple more minutes, because now we have Hina. Hina, over to you. Yes.
It is really inspiring experience to listening to all of you, because you all are, encouraging all of us for doing more thing for ACM women being. And I think I must appreciate the effort we have taken to do the joint event of ACM, that the ACM Women Celebration of India and Europe. It is an incredible platform that not only promotes diversity and inclusion in the field of computing, but also celebrates the remarkable achievements of women in India and Europe both. So I am fortunate enough to be the part of this extraordinary event, and I must say that the experience was truly inspiring. The event provided a unique opportunity to connect with the like-minded people and to listen to them. And furthermore, I would like to express my appreciation for the inclusion of both India and Europe perspectives. The event facilitated cross-cultural exchange and fostered a sense of unity among participants from different regions. It served as a reminder that diversity not only brings new ideas and perspectives, but also strengthens our collective abilities to address the challenges in the digital age. So I'm thankful to all of you, particularly student volunteers, Alif, Shreya, Sagun. They are very confident, and they are, it generates the hope that the ACM Women Wing will do the great in future. So you are our hope. You are, you have very good leadership skills and interpersonal skills, and you are more confident in telling the ACM activities and how you involved in ACM and what type of activities you want to do more at your ACM chapters. So our support will be always there to organize any kind of event. Though I know Professor Pankaj from ABES that we have worked together for your national level hackathon, and he is always supportive. So when I told him that we involve the student from one of the ACM-W student chapter, so immediately he was very happy that I think that my 99% task was done at that time only. And you have proved it that yes, you are doing very good activities.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, and Alif, your presentation was also good, that what different kind of activities at Europe chapter you are organizing, and you are also involving the other field from economics or other background students to learn the computer related technology, and encouraging them to involve in ACM. So it is a really great effort and achievement to convince them. Right? And Aarti and Rayan. So both are my role model. I heard, I met Aarti in 2015, and I have contributed because of Aarti in ACM-W, because Aarti is my role model for whatever ACM activities Aarti had created. It is really very supportive and very well received by India community. So I am very much thankful to Aarti today and always for supporting me for the ACM-W India region to do any of the activity. And I have a couple of times communication with Rayan, and the aim of her is that to be happy in life. So I think for a human being, it is must. Whatever you do, if you are not happy in that, it doesn't fulfill the goal of a good life. So thank you, Rayan and Aarti and Dorota and Ruthvi for you have communicated the panel members and doing the great panel for India region and the Europe region. And I am also thankful to Ruke, because without her support, this event must not happen, because she was every time she was ready to for any kind of meeting for creatives, whatever creatives are required, how we can spread this. So she was always happy and quick in doing everything. And the idea was generated by Aarti to do the European and India, because both the regions are celebrating that 10th year. And Aarti generated this idea while we met at our one of the event in India. So she told that we must have ACM and ACM India and ACM Europe region celebration together. And at the not last but and least but the first, Ruth Lennon, that she is always supportive for ACM-W activities, and she want to spread this activity all over the world, not on the one region specific, that is US specific is not. You have to spread the ACM-W committee members as well as meeting in all part of the world. So thank you, Ruth, for your vision of ACM-W activities and how to strengthen the ACM-W at a large. So it is a bet everyone yourself that you have done that great job.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to meet you again in our next event.
Yes, definitely we will organize series of events.
Yes, hopefully. Thanks a lot.
Thanks all. Thank you.
Before we leave, we need to have pics. So please pose everyone.
And if I miss Gitanjali, your support is always there in the future also.
I'm part of the organizing team.
Yes.
So no need to say thanks, ma'am.
No, thank you. Thank you for everyone being with us and for support and for all.
Thank
Yes.
you.
See you soon, hopefully.
We go for the first pic. One more. Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to more such collaboration.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Good
Thank you.
day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Be happy.
Always smile.